Good morning from Japan and evening on the East Coast here in the United States, and welcome here to the Saitama Ken racetrack here in Saitama. Getting set for Go or Go Home qualifying for the third race of the fourth season of the NR2003 Red Bull GT Series. As we have 15 minutes on the clock for these drivers to clock some laps around the Saitama Ken racetrack, and it looks like we have our first driver. That would be Annie Crenshaw in the 75. Of course, she's failed to qualify for the first two races of the season. In fact, there's three drivers who are 46th in points. That would be Zachary Fitzwater, Annie Crenshaw, and Courtney Lynn, who have yet to make a start here this season. We're actually in the city, if I can look this up on my phone. We're in the city called Saitama, Japan. That's where we are located. We are just north of Fukuyama is where this track is. And we're going to have Annie Crenshaw take us a lap around this track. We'll do actually 2 laps right now. That was turn 1 you're going by. Here comes the rise up here. We've had a lot of accidents in this corner right here, so I expect that to be a trouble spot in this race. Sorry about that. I was trying to make sure you guys can hear me. Here comes the small right-hand bend at the end of the backstretch. Right here. Looks like they got rid of that hill. Thank goodness for the truck motors as you go under the Namoto Bridge. Down the front straightaway. 105.301 for Annie Crenshaw. There's turn 1 right there. As you just completed a lap with Annie Crenshaw around the Saitama Ken racetrack in Saitama, Japan. That's where we are at. Zachary Fitzwater, a 105.152. Remember, 7 drivers will make it in the event. 6 drivers will fail to qualify. John Schmidt is 41st in the points table. Brooke Packett, 45th. She failed to qualify at Riverside 2 weeks ago. This track is kind of not like a road course, even though there's a lot of left-handers. Sam Tenley dropped 6 spots to 37th in points. Shyla Ascroft dropped 8 spots to 38th. As a 105.2 for Annie Crenshaw goes second quickest. Courtney Lynn, a 105.500. Sebastian Palmer goes to the top of the timesheets. And as soon as I say that, the driver that fell into Go or Go Home qualifying, David Santi, 104.699. That's a blistering lap. David Santi dropped 6 spots to 40th in the points, so this is really big for him to try to make the show. Three cars have yet to set a time, but they will eventually. Race will be later tonight on the East Coast at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as you see the 7 of John Smith IV, a 104.899. Of course, John Smith IV failed to qualify for Riverside last time out. Shyla Ascroft, 4th quickest. Sebastian Palmer, 3rd quickest Annie Crenshaw now on the bubble as far as that is concerned. And of course, with a brand new track we've never been to, as you look at Sebastian Palmer in the 3, jumped 6 spots. He's now 43rd in the points. There's John Schmidt, currently 12th quickest. He needs to pick up some time here. There's Annie Crenshaw, who now is on the bubble. And of course, all 48 drivers will stay in Japan next week because we're going to be heading over to Twin Ring Motegi. Of course, GOGH home qualifying. And note the time change. Keep an eye on the time change. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be GOGH home qualifying. We will go racing at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just note the time change so that way there's no confusion. And looking at the drivers that are in the transfer spots right now, there's only 2 have yet to make a start. That would be Zachary Fitzwater and the gal we're looking at, Annie Crenshaw. The only one who has yet to make a start who needs to pick it up would be Courtney Lynn. And you're definitely going to need to draft somebody around this racetrack. That's how you're going to get the quicker lap. I mean, if you're by yourself, that's good, but it's not going to help your lap at all. As there's Courtney Lynn. Can she improve a 105.500? The answer is no. 107.180, so she almost slowed down by almost 2 seconds. Here's where this battle is. Ooh, John Smith on the curb, and of course we're going to probably talk about this racetrack, because remember, the last NR2003 race I recall that was on this track was the Farkalo Dollar Series, which that race was eventful, and we had a drag race, which Tom Delgado Racing ended up sweeping that weekend, which was a bruh. As Sam Tenley just needs to pick it up, but he's got a draft coming up with Shaila Askarov. Is currently 4th quickest. John Smith, the 4th, got held up by Sam Tenley. Looks like Tenley's going to go to the pit lane. Wonder if Courtney Lynn's going to come to pit road or not. Nope, she's not. Like, lap times are going to be dropping like crazy. But remember, it's a lot cloudy here today. And, of course, the track's going to have a lot more grip in cloudy conditions. If it was sunny conditions, it would be slick. But, cooler temperatures, the track has a lot of grip. Of course, it is a green racetrack, so tire wear may be a factor later this afternoon. And as I said, note the time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. on the West Coast. We will go racing. Of course, we are 9 hours. Because remember, we are a full day ahead. So it'd technically be 2 p.m. It would be like Tuesday here in Japan. Whereas back in the States, it's like Monday. As John Smith the 4th, 2nd quickest. Matthew Hubert making some adjustments. This 33 is going to need to pick it up. Zachary Fitzwater back out. Tima Mauser jumped up a spot to 39th in the points. wasn't enough to make it into the top 35 to be locked into this race. Right now could be in danger of missing the race here. But remember what I talked about, he needs to find a drafting partner? Well, the person in front of him would be Zachary Fitzwater. Look at that, 203 down the back straightaway on one of the fastest parts of the track, and I wonder if he's going to get a tow. He's probably going to get a tow from Fitzwater. Don't know if that will improve his time or not. No, it went slower as Fitzwater, but it'll probably improve his time in a little bit. 105.4 for Sam Tenley. He doesn't improve his time. Brooke Packett next across the line, the slowest of the bunch. She didn't improve. Ingrid Pollard did not improve. Matthew Hubert just came back out on the track. Shyla Ashcroft, John Smith did not improve. Courtney Lynn next across the line. She needs to get herself out of the danger zone. She has yet to improve, and she needs to find a drafting partner as soon as possible. Dave Asante next across the line. Will he improve his lap? The answer is going to be a no. Nope, he did not improve his fast lap. Annie Crenshaw does not improve her lap. She might be in trouble because here comes John Schmidt. Can he improve his lap? No is the answer. Probably lost time through the sector. Timo Mauser does not improve. Fitzwater does not improve. Sam Tenley next across the line. Still did not improve his lap. So he must have lost time somewhere in the middle sector. And it looks like this could be worrisome for some drivers. They're now starting to get desperate. Don't know why they're lifting through that corner. That's probably why they're losing a couple of tenths or so. Can Courtney Lynn improve her time? No is the answer. Yeah, she's dropping like a second. Down to 2 minutes to go in the session. 33 did not improve, neither did Sebastian Palmer. It's like Brooke Packett's found a partner, which is Ingrid Pollard. Down to a minute to go in the session. Nope, Brooke Packett went slower. 2-1, that's it. Santi does not improve. Can Courtney Lynn improve her lap time? Answer is no. Which means Courtney Lynn, for the third week in a row, will miss the race. Andy Crenshaw does not improve her time. John Smith is done. Sam Tinley, can he bump Andy Crenshaw out of the Fast 7? No is the answer. Sam Tinley is going to miss his first race. Palmer does not improve. John Schmidt does not improve. He will go home. Timo Mauser does not improve. Fitzwater does not improve. Matthew Hubert does not improve. I think that might be it. Pollard will come up to the line, and she's not going to improve either. What about Packett? I'm not scoring her. So I think that's it. That's it for qualifying. How about that for David Santi? Fastest of the bunch. He'll make the show. John Smith, the fourth, who failed to qualify for the race at Riverside, will make the show. Sebastian Palmer, Shyla Ascroft, Zachary Fitzwater, Ingrid Pollard, and Annie Crenshaw gets the final spot in the field. Unfortunately, the drivers who will fail to qualify for this week's race are going to be the following, as I'm going to make sure my phone does not be stupid. There we go. It will be Sam Tinley, Matthew Hubert, Timo Mauser, Courtney Lynn, John Schmidt, and Brooke Packett. Those 6 drivers, unfortunately, will not make this week's race here at Saitama. They will have to try again next week, as we will stay here in Japan and get ready for the Motegi weekend, which that will be a lot of fun. So tough break for those drivers who will not make the show. Congrats to the 7 that made the show. Hope you enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We'll see you back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the main event at our 3rd race of the year. Until then, you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.